Hey everyone, it's Pixcalibur123, and we're going to be starting a new quest, just judging from the name from the last quest. Let's see. So that was the first quest deluxe on that last file, and this one we're going to pick the second quest deluxe. Same author. This one is quite a step up from the first quest, so difficulty kind of ramps up a little faster, as you'll see. Alright, well, let's get started. So, same basic start, a few jars of magic, get the whole inventory stuff. So, the first thing I'm going to do is, unfortunately, I'm going to be doing a lot of grinding, because I'm going to try to get that blue ring. Unfortunately, the second quest, similar to the original, it doesn't have as many money secrets. So it's going to take a bit longer to scoop up the money. Okay, so I'm gonna take a step into level 1 really quick. I think the boomerang is still in this room. And just try to get rid of all the Gaias here, and luckily they were kind of moving towards the right side. Makes my life a little easier. Good thing half-tile physics still apply. I'm gonna be spamming that a lot. Alright, so Boomerang is still there, so that's really all I want to get from this place. And actually, I can't even beat this level. I actually need bombs. And they don't give you enough bombs in the level. I just want to get that Boomerang so that I can help me stun enemies. It's gonna help me out a little bit. I'm gonna try to stay around the simpler areas. Enemies that only do standard half-hearted damage as much as possible. I'm gonna get those 5 rupee drops in there. They do add up over time. In the meantime, trying to pick up some bombs and arrows. At least I can get some map exploration going. Didn't really need to do this in the first quest because you can get the blue ring pretty quickly. There's enough money you can, definitely a 100 rupee secret you can get. Let you get the blue ring a lot faster, and I think the white sword as well. Here it's not so easy. I think that's the same for all 4 quests. It's like a ammo shop. And there's one for bombs as well. And just I'll pick up all these loose scraps of change. And it does add up. And you're gonna notice that screen looks a little different. You know, instead of Armo statues, now they're bushes. So it kind of gives you a clue on what you're gonna be looking for. At least take out a couple of those levers, or at least a few of them. I'm gonna try to save as many of those rupee secrets as possible for later on. Similar to what I did in the first quest, which I, saved up a bunch of that to use to buy all the expensive stuff later on. And here's your bomb shop. I don't know, I don't really agree with the prices because it's the same unit price. Versus like you buy more. Usually you buy more, you pay less overall compared to just buying pieces. Then again, beat up enough enemies, you'll probably just get enough ammo drops anyway. And they got the 2 rupee drops instead of just 1s and 5s. Well, I'm getting a fair amount of money actually, so this may not take as long as I originally thought. At least I'm getting lots of life refills. So not that big a deal right now. Although I am still looking for some bombs, because I'm gonna need some for level 1. I don't remember how many I need exactly. I don't know if these blue levers drop 10s. I think they may only drop 5s. And that's kind of a weird spot there. Kind of an interesting spot in the kind of this little mountain thing here. And we'll be getting to that later on. It might be easier just to leave that 1 blue lever there for now. Just to make the pass across a little easier. Well, I'm getting a few arrows when I still have no bombs. Kind of funny that they can spawn on the edge of the screen, because I think they get stuck up there. But the two on the left there, I think they're stuck. Just pick them off. Why go after the one that's moving? Go after the easy target. And you gotta be careful of the blue moblins. When they take 4 hits to knock down and they do a full heart per hit, not half a heart. Kinda hazardous when I only have 3 hearts right now. Not really going anywhere in particular, I'm just, I guess just doing some initial map scouting, scooping up any loose change that happens to come along my way. I've got a fair amount of it already. I got some bombs, that'll be handy for later on. Because, I mean, the original Zelda, I would just go buy a candle, open up level 7, and then just grind off the red levers. You know, just go in and out of level 7, just use the red levers as a base. I don't have that here. So now it's just more just going all around the place, just beating up whatever I can find. Boomerang's kind of handy here because just to slow down the action, buy you some time. Luckily money drops seem to be fairly frequent. A good amount of cash right now. I don't know if I'm going to try to blow up every secret outside. I kind of need to preserve my bombs right now. Maybe when I have a larger supply, I might consider doing that. Well, definitely the ones that have the money secrets. Because I'm going to want to scoop up all the money I can find. Pretty much any enemy can drop ammo, so even the Octoroks can drop, the red ones can drop bombs, although in ones. I think the 2s are reserved for like the more difficult enemies, and then 4s are pretty much like boss type enemies. I guess the dongos would still count for now, because I think later quests they don't even drop 4s, I think they only drop 2. You almost have better luck just trying to take him out with 2 regular bombs then. I think you can still get 4 bombs that way. But I know I've gotten 20 rupee drops from them. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of annoying until I get a magic shield. As long as I keep getting recovery hearts, should be okay right now. I mean, just doing the scouting is already getting me a lot of money. Already 169 rupees. So I'm not that far away, actually. Only need another like 70 so rupees. Yeah, it might be easier just to leave one there right now. Notice something a little different on the right side there. Yeah, the ladder spots look a little different. Looks a little more complicated. And unfortunately, you're not gonna be able to get that piece of heart until way late in the game, because you need a special ladder for that. I mean, this is your first Zelda game, you may not even know what that is. But I've played enough Quest with that mechanic in it that is, you know, familiar to me. And the Boomerang's, you know, at least serving some use. Especially when we only have 3 hearts. This is not like the first quest, you can get a couple heart containers right off the bat. At least give yourself some more breathing room. You don't even have that here. Oh, I've scooped up a lot of cash just scouting around the place. You don't need that much more money. That's a little bit of a dangerous screen there. Go on some of the safer ones. Scooping up loose bombs along the way. You want to get a decent supply of bombs before you go to level 1. I don't know how many you need exactly, maybe like 3 or 4. Good thing for the fairly abundant health refills at this point. Not really getting into any real danger at this point because usually there's like hearts nearby. Hearts, fairies, and other stuff. Keep my 3 hearts going at this point. Just kind of going in circles right now. Just trying to grind up that last little bit of cash, which actually isn't that much more. I might actually go back to the upper left corner pretty soon. Well, upper right corner. this didn't take as long as I thought, actually. I thought it would have taken a lot longer to grind up, 240 rupees. That's pretty much all I'm doing this first part. Just grinding up for money. You know, at least I'm almost full on bombs and arrows. Looking for that last little scrap of money. You know, better just go off the easy enemies. It's because they can still drop 5s for you. A lot easier to get. You know, little bits and pieces from easier enemies and trying to go for the harder ones. Alright, I have enough money right now so I can go up to the upper right corner. At least most of the major landmarks are in the same places as the original. Fully stocked on bombs right now. 8 bomb capacity at this point. And a piece of heart sitting there. Can't get that for a while. I'll try to buy the cheap 90 rupee shield, but I think that's gonna need a candle. Otherwise you have to settle with, like, I think the 130 rupee one. No, I'm not gonna do any gambling. Can't even hold any more money anyway. And you got the same stuff, you know, same prices as in the first quest. Super Bomb, the blue ring, and then the hammer. You know, 360, so that's gonna take a small wallet to get that. But, you know, as usual, first thing I do is try to get that blue ring as fast as possible. That makes things a lot simpler in the long run. Alright, so that is pretty much the first part in a nutshell, just getting the blue ring. Second part, the next part should be, well, at least going into level 1. See how much progress I can make there. Alright, see you guys later.